It's got no anything. It's got one thing that's really strong, crime. It's got a lot of crime. They have no police. All they do is run around shooting each other. It's filthy dirty, disgusting dirty. It's a horrible place. They come here, and Ilhan Omar, you ever hear of her? She heads it. And think of it. They have nothing but crime, poverty, pollution. Everything is horrible over there. Nothing good. They say it's the worst country anywhere in the world, that we got some beauties out there, but it's the worst. And then she comes here from Somalia, and she tells us how to run the United States of America. She says, the Constitution gives me certain rights. Gives me.
Now, to be fair, can you guys tell me one thing that Ilhan Omar has in common, being Somalian? What does she have in common with DJT? I'm just going to go ahead and say it. They're both participating in piracy, right? We see DJT with his blockade. That is a form of piracy. And then we know that the Somalians, they also talk about being like Somali pirates and all that. We see that on South Park. So, yeah.
Certain rights. And I demand that I be given these rights. Get the hell out. What a phony. She accidentally checked the wrong box. It said she was worth $38 million. And law enforcement came after her for that. And then all of a sudden she was worth less than $80,000. And she said it was accounting. It was an accounting error.
She's definitely got some explaining to do, y'all. Like, how do you go from 30 million to 80,000? You definitely need to be asked some questions.
That was not a very good accountant, was it? Huh? No, their whole life is based on fraud and a scam. The whole thing is a scam. And we ought to get those people the hell out of our country.
This is the DJT that people knew, loved, and voted for, not this warmonger DJT. But yeah, guys, I want to hear from you guys down in the chat. Now, this one here is actually another one again about Ilhan Omar. It says, breaking news, Somali fraudster Ilhan Omar is now facing a federal investigation after making millions while in Congress. So for those of you who don't know, before Ilhan Omar went into Congress, I believe her net worth was like $50K or something like that. And then when she went into Congress, apparently she reported a net worth of $30 million. After the backlash that she received, then she seemed to have backtracked a little bit and now is saying that it's actually under 100,000.
Fox News alert, Ilhan Omar under investigation after racking up millions while she was in Congress. Senior national correspondent Kevin Cork has it. What's up, Kevin?
Good to see you, my friend. What's the old saying? Follow the money? Well, that's precisely what the House Oversight Committee is doing. They are probing squad member Ilhan Omar's skyrocketing family wealth, Jesse, especially in the wake of that $9 billion, some would argue $19 billion, Somali social services fraud scandal that exploded in her district in Minnesota. The oversight chair, James Comer, says his team's lawyers are exploring the extraordinary over his curious business practices. Republicans want to know how the Somali-born Omar and her politically connected husband Tim Minette went from being nearly broke to being worth around $30 million in just a year, according to her 2024 disclosure forms. Quoting Comer now, there are a lot of questions as to how her husband accumulated so much wealth over the past 2 years. It's not possible. It's not. And he's a money guy. Minette and his partner, Will Haler, back in 2022, formed an investment firm, Jesse, named Rose Lake Capital. They had $42 in their bank account at the time, but in a year, up to $25 million, according to Omar's filing. By the way, he also has a wine business that went from next to nothing to millions on its books. Not surprisingly, associates were so perplexed about the irregularities, they brought information and attention to the feds to, look into it. Now, for her part, the Congresswoman has repeatedly, and I say defiantly, denied any wrongdoing while being also careful to criticize the ongoing.
Now, let's be fair here, right? Do you actually think that she's the only Congresswoman or the only politician that could potentially be taking advantage of a position? Heck, like DJT himself has been accused of doing some manipulation of the markets, right? There's literally a running joke at this point. It's called Market Manipulation Friday, right? With the whole Iran thing and the Strait of Hormuz. Now, I do find that questionable. How do you go from having $40 in your account to having millions in your accounts? It definitely raises an eyebrow. And I think that that should absolutely be investigated. But I don't think that she should be the only one being investigated, in my opinion. I think most of these people should be investigated, actually. But that's just my own 2 cents, y'all. Let me know down in the chat what do you think about it. I'll keep playing the clip here.
Probe. But, you know, sometimes they say, Jesse, the ones who yell the loudest have the most to hide.
Well, innocent until proven guilty. I'm sure everything was perfectly legal. We're just checking to find out. Kevin, good to see you.
I mean, again, right? Again, like this Ilhan Omar, she's been also involved in other things, right? Like with the whole quality layering center in Minnesota that raised a lot of eyebrows as well as to like how she's allowing like a lot of like corruption and things to go on in Minnesota, right? So yeah, I don't think it's the first time.